everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
Over the years, I've come to regard you as a friend, a brother even. I would do anything for you. I'd eat a donut. I'd even jump on a trampoline.
And on the other side of the table is Dr. Syintist.
Dude, KFC is giving away double downs. Just giving them away.
Jeez.
That's a dream.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, a person can fit through there. A person can definitely fit through that window. A small person, an attacked child. Welcome to Plotty Time.
That one egg was 40 eggs?
That's a big fucking pile of garbage.
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking.
Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something.
Dick piercing?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon. It's still sexy.
How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
I'll kill some random
If
dude.
you want cheese, you get a milk.
You're waiting for me.
No, I can hate on it. It sucked. Boners.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Plotty Time. This week we are sponsored by Cobra Kai Dojo.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I forgot about doing this bit in the first episode of the season.
Yeah,
that
you
was going to
did.
be my thing.
Can we say that legally?
We can legally say anything. This is America.
Probably.
That's all right, whatever.
Okay, this episode's not sponsored by a fictional dojo. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So, Dr. Scientist, what have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you this week?
What I watch?
yeah.
Well, I guess what I watched. Leave the World Behind.
Get the
Oh,
fuck
how
out.
was it?
What'd you
think?
It was okay. It was fucking really freaky at some parts.
Yeah?
It's a little fantastical. I mean, and I can see why people were upset at the ending. I think it would be probably a lot better if you read the book, because then it would be, I don't know. It's weird to end like that in a movie.
It is.
And I think a book would be all right, because it was a book. But
Did you see a Chump Slap?
No?
Okay, then I don't want to get too far into the
Yeah.
ending. But
Go
someday.
ahead. I'm not going to fucking watch it.
I mean,
pretty good.
a lot of the stuff was,
If I do, you're not going to ruin it for me because I'll forget.
I don't
Nice.
know, sci-fi, even though it wasn't. I don't like how nothing is explained. But I guess that's the whole point of the thing.
I love that shit.
They don't explain much at all. Yeah. No, but I liked the movie. I liked, I thought it was really funny how the little girl had that obsession with seeing the last episode of Friends.
Yeah, that was the only thing that had any kind of conclusion to it.
Yeah, because it was the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, for her, it was a return to normalcy after all this crazy shit was happening.
Yeah.
But when the son started losing his teeth, I was freaked out. I did not like that.
Yeah,
at
that was
all.
weird. And the deer, like all the deer together. Why the fuck did that happen?
Well, that sounds
Yeah.
neat. I kind of want to watch it now.
Okay, we'll stop getting into spoiler territory. I liked it. I thought it felt really weird. And if you watched Mr. Robot at all, I don't know if you guys have.
I did. I
yeah,
watched like
I saw
3
some of
seasons of
it.
it.
It definitely had that same feel of like, this is the real world, but not exactly. Like, this is someone telling you a story about the real world, which I know is the concept of movies.
Well,
but
like the deer and the kid's teeth falling out were like a little bit too sci-fi for me in this story.
yeah, I could see that.
Like what? They dropped leeches all over that would infect people and make their teeth fall out? Get the hell out of here.
I thought that was due to the sound thing.
Oh, I thought it was because he got bitten by those leeches out in the woods.
Oh, we all got to
that's
watch
right,
it and
nobody
talk
else did.
about it next week.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe the sound thing was that was Kevin Bacon's theory.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's true or that's what happened, but
Kevin Bacon
Yeah.
wouldn't lie to us.
It was just Kevin Bacon playing a charter.
Oh,
yeah, it wasn't actually Kevin Bacon as himself.
okay.
Wouldn't that be great if they just put the camera on Kevin Bacon? It's like, what is this for? A movie? But it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, watch it. I also watched season 2 of Good Omens.
Oh, I forgot that came out.
Yeah, so did I.
Nice.
How is it?
It's okay. It's not nearly as good as the first one.
Was
or
the first
book.
season good?
Well, the book is amazing. The first season was good. But Terry Pratchett's dead, so I think maybe the second season was only written by Neil Gaiman. I don't know exactly. I should have checked that out. Maybe he didn't even write the second season. But
Yeah, I
it's a
have no
little,
idea.
it's a little, I mean, it's good. It's just not as good as the first season. I
It's
think.
off.
Yeah.
I get you.
It's missing something that the first season had.
Right.
I'll tell you what, though. I am loving the fact that there are TV shows that are like, I'm just going to take 3 years or 4 years off.
Yeah, just
And then come in
out
with a
when
new
they
season.
can.
Like Fargo does that, too.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's excellent actors in it too. It has fucking David Tennant and John Hamm.
Mm-hmm.
Love John Hamm.
Can't remember who the guy whose name who plays Aziraphale, but yeah.
Don't know
I
what
have
to
it
do.
right in front of me, and I can't find it. Oh, Michael Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a billion fucking things.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, it's good. Watch it. Watch the first season too.
I think I might have to start from the beginning because it was 2019. I barely remember.
Yeah,
what
that
happened.
was a totally different life.
You don't need. I guess you don't really need to watch the first one to get to watch the second season. You'll know who some of the characters are. I mean, all you really need to know is Aziraphale and Crowley.
I mean, yeah, they're in the entire thing.
Yeah, and that they averted the apocalypse in the first one, and then again you have all you need to know for the second season.
Oh yeah, that was the whole thing, right? Like where they're like the apocalypse coming, and he's like, "Oh, this is awesome," and it's like, "But is it? Like you'd lose this whole life?" And he's like, "Ah, you're right. This would suck."
Yeah, because Aziraphale and Crowley are both kind of like ostracized to Earth. One's an angel, one's a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of been like together since creation, like running into each other and doing things.
I definitely saw this first episode, but I just never finished it.
And then when the apocalypse is going to happen in the first one, Crowley's like, man, I don't want to end up in hell. It's boring there.
Right.
And then he has to fight angels. He's like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, because they're like, then the Earth will be gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah. All right.
But it's good. Watch it.
I'm sold.
I also, over the break, finished Alan Wake.
Oh,
Started
shit.
and finished it.
The remake.
Yes.
No kidding. What did you think?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess.
Did you get annoyed by losing your guns every transition?
Not at all.
That's bullshit. You guys are fucking
It does
crazy.
happen all the time.
It happens at the end of every chapter.
Yeah.
I did like the story. I kind of wasn't sure which one was real. I assume it's Alan Wake, but I wasn't sure if Thomas Zane wrote him into a thing or if Alan Wake wrote Thomas Zane or if it's just kind of a mix of two.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. I think you're supposed to think that when you made it.
That's why they made it.
I guess playing the second one and Control together, you probably figure out which one's real, which one's actually doing the writing.
I played all of them, and I still don't quite understand what happened.
No, I watched some videos too about it, and it said that like you could tell that Alan Wake actually wrote Thomas Zane more into it because Thomas Zane's writings become more like Alan Wake as the story goes on and stuff like that.
That makes more sense. Because I thought for a long time that Thomas Zane wrote in Thomas Zane was the one with the actual power, and he wrote in Alan Wake.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
That was
too,
not the
but-
case.
Right.
Yeah. I think they're both real, but Alan Wake made Thomas Zane more mythical than he was.
None of them are real. Just blew your minds.
No, the people in the town, like the metalheads and Odin and Thor, they refer to him as Thomas, as Wake as Thomas.
Yeah, I know. But that's part of the story.
So, so what he's writing becomes real to everybody else, but not him necessarily.
Is that the Lords of Asgard?
Yeah.
They released a vinyl recently. The best of.
Does it have the lady in the
I think it has every song
light?
from that on it.
No, but I did like it. I don't think I would have liked it if I played it before I played Control. I think I would have been annoyed.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of it is kind of retconned into Control.
Yeah, I could see that.
With like objects of power and stuff. Like the clicker and stuff would have just annoyed me.
Yeah, but yes. No, you're absolutely correct. It's just kind of like Control put a name to the things that Alan Wake was doing.
Yes.
Because things like this, the altered world events, happen elsewhere. My favorite is still the light switch. Not the clicker, but the pull string that was just in a closet.
Yeah. The powers of 3 that probably give you Ocean View Hotel.
Yes. That's my favorite one. Because they said some kid fucking found it and just teleported away to God knows where.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's an awesome backstory.
Control is really good. I did like Alan Wake too. But I started to play the DLCs that came with the expansion.
There were DLCs to Alan Wake?
Yes. They were released fairly recently, I guess, to go into Alan Wake 2. No, I shouldn't say fairly recently.
I know
Probably
they
like 5 years old.
existed, but I don't remember playing them. It was American Nightmare, wasn't there something else?
Yeah, well, that one's not in it. This is another one.
Oh.
It's the Writer and something else DLC. There are 2 DLCs that kind of tell the story. But American Nightmare is one. That's a story of when Alan Wake gets pulled into the dark place, something from the dark place replaces him. And it's kind of just like Alan Wake, but a serial killer. That's American Nightmare.
Okay. That sounds neat.
I think they mention it in parts of Control in the background, but
They mention it heavily in Alan Wake 2. That's kind of the whole fucking story of Alan Wake 2.
okay. But then these DLCs are more of like Alan Wake losing his mind and trying to get his mind back while he's in the dark place. And I was playing them, and there's parts of it where like Alan Wake is like on TV and like just saying rambling weird shit, and it's happening to. He's like, and now all the guys revived and had guns again, and then all the enemies reappear.
Right.
But the thing I didn't like about it is think about the most annoying fight from Alan Wake and then double the amount of enemies and make them invisible. And that was like what you're dealing with in the DLC. And I was like, I'm sick of dying. I just stopped playing it.
Yeah, you couldn't turn it down easy.
That was easy. That was the
really?
normal. I played the whole game on normal.
That's crazy.
And then the DLCs I don't think had difficulties. But
I don't think so. They're called The Writer and The Signal.
Yeah.
And I apparently did play them because I have all the trophies for The Signal and like 4 for The Writer.
Hmm.
I don't really remember. Oh, well.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but
what are you
there
gonna
were
do?
parts. There's like I played through maybe like 2 hours. In the first hour and like a half, I died maybe a dozen times at fights, maybe once or twice. And then I got to this part in the woods, and Alan Wake chimes in the background. He's like, and then all the enemies were invisible. And then I couldn't see any of the enemies.
Oh, God.
And I was trying to shine my flashlight to cache them, and then I'd get hit by 4 guys behind me.
Is there also a section of that where you get in a car and drive around?
You do that in the game. I don't know if I didn't do it in the DLC.
I think I remember it from the DLC.
I might not have played it far enough though,
Yeah, you can constantly just pick up
because I died like 8 times in the forest. I'm like, that's it, done.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I'll watch a video about the story.
There you go.
That's all I did
Cool.
for this week. Poppascotch, why don't you tell me something you did?
Well, I got something on my list here that's named Boo, B-O-O, like Boo, you know? And I don't fucking remember it at all.
Was it a movie?
Was it supposed to be
It
Coup?
was a movie.
Had to be.
No,
a
no, no.
movie.
It was Boo. And I remember we pulled it from the movie bowl.
Oh, you don't
but
remember the movie, though?
I don't remember it all. I'll have to come back to that. Glad I mentioned it. But I also watched a movie called The Power, which was about, I think it took place in the 60s in a Catholic hospital. I guess that they have those.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
And,
wouldn't they?
The one the one woman is just starting out her shift as a nurse. It's like her first fucking day. And like all the other nurses are like super catty. Like everyone is just vying for power and pieces of shit to each other. And so then she speaks out of turn to one of the doctors. And the head nurse basically is like, you are now going to work the night shift for the first time ever because it is England in the 60s. And to save power, we're going to shut off all the power of the city for all night.
What was the name of this?
Power.
The Power.
I swear I saw this.
It sounds a lot like that one where they were in the police station and then she had to be there overnight by herself.
It's similar. It takes place in 1974. It's on Shudder. And since the striking miners switch off the power across Britain, inside the walls lurks a terrifying presence that threatens to consume her and everyone around her. And it turns into a ghost movie because it's in the
Right,
dark
yeah.
and
I remember this.
and they keep fucking with her and she keeps fighting people. And it was good. I liked it. It was very creepy. And I always like myself a period ghost story.
Yeah. Period pieces are fun.
Mm-hmm.
But Shudder's doing some interesting things. So check out that area. The Power was good. And then I watched, it's an episode of Black Mirror, but it's called Demon 79 from the newest season.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
Yeah,
Anybody
that's
know?
the last one from the new season
I never saw any of them.
with, I can't remember what the name was.
The wife had never seen it, so we watched it together, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's about a woman who is works at a shoe store, and one day a demon comes to her because she pulls like, it looked like she was in the basement eating her lunch, and there was this thing that looks like a domino,
Okay.
and it's like and she got some blood on it, and she unlocked a demon, and the demon comes in, and the demon's like, hey, you have to kill 3 people over the next 3 days, or the world is gonna end.
Oh, that's fucking neat.
It is it's pretty cool episode.
It's pretty cool. And then the demon is like, oh, God, you're terrified by how I actually look. Okay, I understand. So I'm going to change into a form you know. And it's like a lounge singer from the 70s
Nice.
in like this crazy, like puffy white coat. And
Right.
he's like talking to her and working her through this whole area. And he can disappear and reappear and no one can see him type situation.
Like he
It's
wants
fun.
her to kill 3 people?
Well-
He's going to destroy the world if she doesn't kill 3 people in 3 days.
He's not going to.
Yeah.
Whatever omnipotent force
so
is
he
going to.
kind of doesn't want the world to go either. Is he helping her or just telling her?
No, it's like his assignment.
Okay.
He's there to assist her. He's not there to like torment or scare her.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's like, yeah, the world's going to be on fire. And she's like, that's bullshit. It's like, let me show you what it looks like. And he touches her forehead and she looks like her eyes glaze over and she sees it all happening.
Neat.
And it's pretty cool because you don't know if she's crazy or if this is really happening. But
Right.
yeah, some really good episodes of Black Mirror in the new season. And then I watched the final season of Letterkenny came out and I watched that.
How many seasons do they have? Like 12? 15?
They have 12 or 13 seasons, but there's 6 episodes that are like 20 minutes long. So
okay.
it's not like back in the day when there were 22-hour-long episodes of something.
Still won't watch it.
It's fantastic. One of the best shows on TV ever. They ended it pretty open, so I'm assuming they'll come back and do like specials
Yeah.
or like
Kinda
maybe movies
Psych.
or something.
Make a movie
Kind of,
here
yeah.
and there.
I think that's what they'll do. I don't think they closed the book on that world, and I think they're going to make more spin-offs because Shoresy was such a success in Canada.
Right.
And then I wanted to say this when you brought up John Hamm earlier, but if you like yourself some John Hamm, you need to watch the newest season of Fargo.
He's in it?
Oh, he's in it.
Oh, fuck.
Let me say 2 little words at you. Nipple rings.
Sold.
The newest season was fantastic. It had Juno Temple, who plays this woman who she's just at like a town hall or whatever, and it got heated, and there were a bunch of fights, and like a bunch of people got arrested, so she got arrested and booked. And then her husband from 10 years ago, who is a terrifying sheriff played by John Hamm with nipple rings, finds her because she had run away a decade ago and disappeared. So now he's trying to get her back.
Oh, yeah, that's going to work, John Hamm.
Check it out. It's awesome. The kid from Stranger Things is in it too. Steve plays his son as like a
Nice.
over-aggressive sheriff's deputy dickhead, and he's really good in it. A lot of people are really good in it. Check that out.
All right.
And then what did I play? I finished Alan Wake 2. I
thought
finished
you
that
said
up.
Chell.
Yeah, I did play Chell 2 in there, but I just want to talk about
Oh, I
Alan
thought you
Wake
said you
2.
were going to finish it.
Oh yeah, Alan Wake 2, was it good?
It was great. It was really great. It was very interesting because half the game takes place in the dark place, and half the game takes place in the quote-unquote real world with a character you're not sure. Like, you play as both of them, and you can switch between the two and play like throughout their missions. And they interact briefly in cutscenes, and then at the end they come together. But it is it's really good. We go back to the town. It's very much more open worldy, and the enemies are much harder, even if you have it on easy. There's whole sections where the enemies are just not visible.
It's the most annoying part of Alan Wake is the fights.
Well, here's the thing though. There's when you go into Alan Wake's dark place, this isn't much of a spoiler, but one of the levels is like a recreation of New York City, which is completely empty. It's just like a couple blocks that you run around and do stuff. And in that world, throughout all of it, are just completely invisible. They like if you see the background, you see through them. They distort the space, so I guess they're not completely invisible, but they're difficult to see.
Predator invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you run into them, they'll throw you to the ground, then that's it, and then you have to like run around them, or you can shine the light on them and blow them away. They don't like kill you; they just throw you around. They're just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But great game, really great game. Glad I played it. Fucking weird. Story was good. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll talk about it. But it was quite good. It was a really, really worthy successor, and I like the fact that it's been 10 years since since Alan Wake 1 came out, and all the characters, everything like progressed 10 years, like it's in real time.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, good game. Check it out. So how about you there, Sir? Wait, no. Who's
Yes.
up?
Yeah,
Sir
what's
Chump
up?
Slap's up. Wow, Sir Chump Slap.
Slap top.
What have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
Chop slap.
Chop slap.
Chop Slap.
Slap chop.
Slap chop.
What's going on with me? Well, you know me, just doing stuff, hanging in there, playing
Word.
some video.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
Well, I saw that Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was free, so
Oh.
fired that baby up.
Is it good?
Yeah, man, it's fucking Borderlands. It's awesome. I haven't played one in a minute.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's fun when you go back to that world and you're like, oh, yes, this is why all the reasons I liked this.
Yeah. And this time I just went blazed through the story, and I like how all the missions level up with you in this one,
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah.
enemies, everything just levels up with you. It's
Well, they
awesome.
kind of did in Borderlands.
No, if you got a mission,
if you
and
got them
didn't-
early, it was. But if you wait till later, it was
yeah, you can grab them all right away, and they just level up with you. It's pretty nice. But yeah, it's awesome. So much to do, so much to explore. Love exploring new lands, trying to find all the fucking 20-sided dice. It's a pretty good time. Pretty good time.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought the weapons being like, some of them were like automatic crossbows and stuff like that, I thought would be kind of lame, but it all worked really well.
Yeah, I mean, they still work as guns. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But that's all I really played. Beat it. Now I'm going to go back through. I just reached max level. So now it's time to grind.
Oh.
It's time to grind, bud.
Yep, got to get the drops.
Hell
I
yeah.
think the only trophy I don't have is the unlock all the weapon upgrades. And I'm so far off with money that there's no way I'm ever going to play that game for another 70 hours to farm money.
Yeah, it's like the weapon upgrade slots are so expensive.
Well, I think it's like, and I could be wrong about this, but I think when they first came out, they had fewer levels.
Oh, I believe
And
that.
like as time went on, they added levels. So, but you still have to get them all for the trophy to pop. So it's like,
Yeah, I have all
skewed.
mine up to like 750,000 for the next level. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it goes
I
up.
think I had like, how many are there? 12 maybe? And I think I had like 8 maxed out and the other 4 aren't even close. And I'm like, there's no way I'm ever gonna.
Yeah, barely worth it. Well, not worth it at all, but yeah.
Game's still great. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it's a great game. Fun time. I like the spells instead of the
Yeah.
grenades. That's neat.
That's fun. I think they did a really good job on adapting it to that format.
Yeah, but I found it annoying because you have like 6 slots for like rings and necklaces and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So weapons don't drop that often. You know what I mean?
No, comparatively, no. They don't.
It's kind of weird, but especially when you're like, my guns are underclassed. I need to find a new gun. You have to farm 3 times as much just to get something. But
Yeah.
farming's what it's all about, man.
Loot, bro. It's all about the loot.
Yeah.
Give me the loot.
But then I watched a couple things.
Uh-huh.
Watched the classics again. Watched The Burbs.
Nice.
Mhm.
Always a good choice.
Watched Groundhog's Day
Mhm,
because that was just around
Yeah,
the
it was-
time we were
yeah.
recording.
We also watched it on Groundhog Day because it had been years since I've seen it. It must be like 5-10 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't think it holds up anymore, man. I don't know. It's not funny or it's a love story. I don't know.
I definitely still like it, and there are Bill Murray moments that still make me laugh, but I know what you're saying. It's very sappy.
Yeah. Fucking Harold Ramis wrote it, right?
Yeah.
May he
Yeah,
rest in
that guy.
peace.
Yeah, amen, brother. But yeah, he could have wrote a better movie. Anyway,
Nice.
it's fucked up. But then I watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Man, that movie's terrible.
Dude, I still fucking I laugh at it a lot. There's so many stupid fucking things.
Well,
in
just
it.
because you laugh doesn't mean it's not terrible.
No, to me, that makes it okay. A good movie.
I mean, it can be terrible and still fun.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
plenty of movies like that.
I don't know. I like it.
I haven't seen it. God, it's been,
15 years.
yeah, at least a decade.
Yeah. Well, it's probably just nostalgia hits from like, oh, I remember that. That was funny. Yeah, I remember that. But who cares? I
What
enjoy
the fuck is the internet?
it. All those fucks.
They're going to eat the shit that we made them eat. I remember that
They're going
part.
to shit out their shit and we're going to make them eat that shit.
Yeah. See, it's stupid. It's funny. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'll give it that.
Absolutely.
Phantom's like a motherfucker. I say that way too many times, actually.
You do say that.
I
I've
do
heard
say
you
that way too many times. And
I still haven't seen like anything. Like I haven't seen Clerks 3. I haven't seen the
Dude.
reboot thing.
Clerks 3
I haven't
is a
seen
fucking
anything.
downer.
Is
because
it?
Clerks 1 wasn't.
Well, no, it's just real. It's just a sad sack thing. It's just everyone be sad. But yeah, I don't know. Watch it if you want. I mean, it's
Is it
Clerks 2
good?
sucked. I
Yeah.
don't. All right. Clerks 3. It's Dante and Randall, and they decide to make Clerks, like the
movie?
original movie.
Okay.
Yeah, about their life and how. Yeah, it all just comes like full circle and weird because they're old now and stuff. But yeah, it's all right. It's not great, but it made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. Kevin Smith has been annoying me too much to watch his movies anymore.
Yeah, it's ever since he got skinny, he's just not as good.
Yeah. He's real pretentious, stuck up. I don't
He
like him.
always was though.
Yeah, he was. Maybe I'm just older and it annoys me more.
Probably. You get annoyed by a lot of things more
Yeah.
now, Syintist. Even in
I
the
was-
6 years we've been doing
I
this.
was always annoyed. I just hit it better.
Now he doesn't give a fuck. Anyway, speaking of old people, I watched this new movie. You guys hear about The Beekeeper?
No.
I've heard of it.
Jason
I don't know
Statham.
anything about it. I've heard of
All
it.
right, you sold me.
I don't know what the fuck they were going for with this movie. I don't know if it's to scare old people
Okay.
or because like this lady gets taken by an internet scam. She loses all this money. She loses like $3 million.
That's not
Okay.
even a lot of money.
It wasn't hers. She
Okay.
lost like 2.5 million for a charity she ran,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and she decides to kill herself. And Jason Statham decides to enact revenge, and he's a beekeeper, which is
Yeah, it says it's a clandestine
Yeah.
operative of some powerful.
it's some
thing.
operative agency that works outside of any other agency.
You know what? The fucking cover for it makes me think it's like a super sci-fi thing, like him made of bees.
No, but he's an actual beekeeper in the movie
Oh,
too. He
okay.
makes honey and shit.
It'd be so much cooler if he was made of bees, but
And then there's a whole thing with like the president's kid. I don't know if they was trying to be like a satire, and I don't know what it is, but it's worth a watch.
all right.
If you like action,
Okay.
there's some wild fucking murder scenes where he goes crazy on people.
Fucking Minnie Driver's in it and Felicia Rashad
Yeah, man.
and the guy from fucking Hunger Games. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a decent movie the whole time. No, well, it's not a decent movie. The movie fucking sucked, but
Nice.
it's fun. It's a fun watch, man. I don't know. The story lame. I don't know if there's social commentary supposed to be in there, or if it was just like a product of the times. But
Product of the Times from this month.
Yeah, it was good. It was worth the time for the hour and a half or whatever it is. Hour 40, I think.
Hour 45.
But yeah,
I like how
I'll suggest
on
it.
IMDb it's in the one-person army category.
Yeah, because the FBI, CIA, nobody can fucking touch Jason Statham. It's so many.
He's like John Wick, or
Yeah, except for he's more ridiculous. You know what I mean? So
because he's made of bees.
yes, he's the candy man.
I feel like growing up and seeing movies where it's like the one-man army, like this person's part of a clandestine military operation you don't even know about, but they can do anything, these super secret missions. And now I'm just thinking to myself like, oh, those are probably like tools used by evil people to do evil shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Eric Killmonger in Black Panther.
you're not keeping like good things off the books.
No, that's what the
know?
beekeepers do, though. They protect the hive. They protect all America from whatever they decide is going to veer it off course. Like they have the power themselves to decide.
It's like Minority
and
Report.
kill whoever they want.
Or like, oh,
But don't watch it
was,
is what you're saying.
No, I'd watch. Yeah, watch it. It's fun.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
good time.
It's a meh.
It's a good time.
Okay.
I'd suggest it, actually.
It's not a nah. It's not a yeah. It's not a meh.
No, I'd suggest it because you'll be watching. You'll be like, what the fuck is why is that? How did he do that? It doesn't even make sense. It's so dumb, but it's a fun time. And then that's all I got for you guys.
All right. Well, if that's all we got, let's go ahead and move into the Plotty Time vibe check.
Let me run a bubble bath for this vibe.
Some no tears.
Ooh, put on a silk robe. Some Mr. Bubble.
That's it. I couldn't think of what it was called.
All right. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about a couple vibe things. I don't have that too terrible much to talk about this time.
Yeah, we can cut it short.
Taylor Swift at the Chiefs games.
No.
Cheese games.
Oh, I'd watch that.
Dude, I told you guys about this. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the mic, but like I'm a Chiefs fan and they're in my algorithm. So I am getting all this Taylor Swift shit. Like I don't care. I'm glad those kids are happy. I think that's awesome. But
She's a deep state plant. Don't you know
Yeah,
that,
it's a
dude?
psyop, man.
It's just to make people not vote for Trump.
The Chiefs are gonna win, and Travis Kelce and her are gonna be at center stage, and like vote for Biden.
Yeah. It's like,
Don't
what are you
you
doing?
read the theories,
What
man?
are you doing because you won the Super Bowl? I'm voting Biden.
I hope to God
I just
that
think
happens.
it's
That'd be great.
hilarious
That would
that
be
they're
awesome.
like, it's all Biden. He came up with this psyop to make the
he spent
Chiefs win the
years
Super Bowl.
making Travis Kelce and the Chiefs into a dynasty.
That pathetic old senile man that you shouldn't vote for.
And then they spent 15 years getting Taylor Swift to be this international phenomenon.
And you all fell for it.
What I love about those conspiracy theories is the amount of people who would have to be in on it
Yeah.
would be thousands of people.
And for such a long time.
And nobody can keep their mouths shut. It's ridiculous.
You're telling me no one talked. It's the same thing with the fucking moon landing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, well, also the moon landing's a little different. Like,
Yeah, everyone knows it's not real.
yes. Everyone knows it's bullshit by now. Stanley Kubrick tried to tell us in The Shining with the Apollo sweater. Okay, enough of this. We're going to get too deep. But yeah, so today's PSYOP I wanted to talk about. Sorry. No. Oh, God, I love it. I love how it's like, Taylor Swift is just there so the Chiefs can win. They've been to 6 straight AFC championship games.
And 4 Super Bowls in 5 years.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Where were they when the fucking Patriots were winning? Where was the PSYOP then?
It's great.
Whatever.
And why are you, like, I love how the news is, look at this PSYOP. Like, look at this terrible thing they're doing. None of it is like, hey, maybe we should have policies that don't fucking suck so Taylor Swift likes us and brings all her Swifties. No, none of that
there's
talk.
nothing. No, there's no changing that.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you can't fight the PSYOP.
You got to fight it from the inside.
I think we just found another T-shirt. You can't fight the PSYOP.
I love that.
Make the weed skin and then make that. I'll buy both.
I feel like I can make that one a lot faster.
Yeah, that
I
one-
need
Either
Chump
one
Slap.
you make, I want to buy one because don't fight the PSYOP. You can't fight the PSYOP is great.
You can't fight the PSYOP. I'm going to write it down.
With a picture of a Cyclops on it.
No. It's got to have like a vaccine with microchips in it.
All right. Taylor Swift microchips.
Well,
They're little albums of Taylor Swift that go in your blood.
we can't put copyright stuff on there, all right?
No, they're just like little red 87s. That's all they are. Anyway, back to video games.
Oh, that was a great vibe.
Rocksteady. I should just close the vibe. Like, that's it. We're good. No, Rocksteady Games finally released another game. If you guys remember, they're the ones that did Batman Arkham games.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Arkham games. The last one being Arkham Knight.
Sure.
Which I'm pretty sure is correct.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
They were great. And then they released a game called The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that wasn't great, right?
I'm hearing a mixed bag of it. I think the best criticism I heard about it was that it has way too much shit on the screen at one time.
Yeah, I saw pictures of screens like that.
It's just way too much going
Was it like
on.
the
you can't-
news from Idiocracy?
Kind of.
Yes.
It's that version of a video game, yes. And then, but the reason I wanted to talk about it, the reason I wanted to bring it up is right after it launched, there was a bug in it where people would start the story and it would automatically finish it.
Oh, 6. So
Nice.
speed run.
Yeah, it was a 6 speed run. Yes.
Nice.
I just thought that was very funny. That's really all I have to tell about it. Eventually they took the game offline. They brought down the servers and they fixed it.
All right, cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
I was looking at the game and I was kind of intrigued, but I don't want to play any more live service games.
Is it
No,
like a
yeah,
squad
don't even
shooter
do
type
it.
thing? I don't get it. What is it?
So you have 4 characters you can play as: Boomerang, Harley Quinn,
So Borderlands.
Shark dude.
yeah, Deadshot. Anyway, they each have and the Shark guy. They each have their own like moves and transversal like around the world or like around the world of the game.
Mhm.
And they said the transversal around the world, like Deadshot has a backpack. The Shark guy can like it's like the Hulk video games used to be where you can like run and jump on stuff real fast.
Okay.
So there's good things about it, and I like the idea of basically being a updated version of the Division 2 that I can really sink my teeth into. But apparently, it's not that at all. It's just
Just
like
money
the story's
grab.
not great. Yeah, it's just money grab, daily objectives. Like just apparently, there was also another article, and I'm paraphrasing here, but something said that every major studio is working on a live service game right now.
Well, yeah, it makes some money.
Yeah, well, they need to make more money. Yeah.
Sure, that's their business decision, and I completely understand it. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at Grand Theft Auto 5 and how much money that made.
Yeah. Or Fortnite.
But like, aren't we going to just saturate ourselves at some point where every game's a live service game and there's 70 of them out and people just can't play them all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll eventually be like, well, we're not making money now. Why don't we do like something like God of War and just give them one game and free DLC in a year?
I haven't played that DLC yet.
No,
I
me
did
neither.
download. I downloaded that and I downloaded Burning Shores, the Horizon Zero Dawn, or not Zero Dawn,
Zero or West.
West.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet. Actually, I lied a little bit. I jumped into it and I tried to play it and I'm like, I forgot everything from this
Yeah,
game.
I don't think I could go back to it.
Like I'd have to start a game over and play for like 10 hours and be like, okay, now I'm remembering.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like why I like waiting for things that are going to have DLC, because once you lose the feel for it.
Yeah, like I don't think I can go back to Elden Ring.
It's why I jumped into the Alan Wake DLC, and then even that was too hard, and I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Other than like shooters maybe, but they don't really have much DLC that's not like maps.
Levels.
Anyway,
Yeah.
And shooters are all the same anyway.
yeah, exactly. Like even the buttons are the same now. Like I love how now either the buttons are exactly the same or they will give you the option to just choose Call of Duty buttons. Like that's just
Yeah.
everyone has a default control version like that. But yeah, that was the first thing we got through. And then also, did you guys remember? I know I talked about this game. I doubt you remember it, but do you guys remember Skull and Bones?
Yeah.
No.
The pirate thing.
It was a pirate game that Ubisoft. It was like an open world pirate sim. People were really excited about it, especially like right after the Assassin's Creed game, the pirate one.
Yeah. Black Flag or whatever.
And this one, it's 6 years later, has finally been revealed. So people were like, are they making this? Are they not making it? And Ubisoft the whole time was like, no, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. 2017, it was first announced.
And so it's coming out.
And it's coming out. They're making it. There's real things here. It launches February 16th.
Oh, so it's out.
Probably.
Definitely.
Is it out?
Yeah.
It's
been 2 weeks. I mean,
Yeah. It's been out for the last 6 days. How about that? It's
Oh.
February 22nd today.
Yeah, go Chiefs for winning that Super Bowl.
Way to go, chefs. Kicking ass.
awesome.
Guys, I don't know if you guys are running into this. I certainly am, but I am going broke every year buying all this Chiefs Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
had
just-
that problem a while ago. I got
No.
over it.
It's-
I'm going
it's just
broke
the
from
whole-
buying fake packs of cards on video games.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah, that needs to stop.
I mean, there was a period in the 2010s where it was just Pittsburgh stuff I had to buy every year, and it was kind of annoying.
Yeah, didn't you have to buy like Penguins and Steelers?
Yeah,
shit?
two different teams I had to keep up with. It was
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so you understand. So
yeah, I do. I get it.
Yeah, I never had that problem.
So there you go. Skull and Bones came out the 16th. Also, I wanted to pick your brain about this, Dr. Syintist. What are your thoughts on this Pal World game?
I don't know. Seems all right. It kind of makes me want to play it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Like,
I like catch 'em all games. Those are always fun.
yeah, like Monster, Rancher and shit.
Yeah, and like SMT games or in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I like kind of how they threw in the Fortnite aspect to have those little guys do the working for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also like building sims and stuff. Those kind of so it's intriguing.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of games, right?
Yeah, it's basically Fortnite with Pokemon thrown in,
Fortnite. It's
but it seems all right. And Pokemon and Fortnite mix. I don't know. I'd like to give it a try sometime.
wait, it's a like battle royale.
No, but like they build stuff like, and then it kind of looks like Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
They call it Pokemon with guns, colloquially speaking. But I thought it was very interesting because there's a lot of conversation about the game and how it's popular, and people are like kind of mad. It's like, you're ripping off Pokemon because some of these characters look exactly the same. But at the same time, it's very clear to everyone that Nintendo is never going to release a game like this.
Yeah.
Like,
if Nintendo
ever.
would take the time and release the game just like it, it would sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people like complaining. They're like, "Why isn't Nintendo suing? It's just such a ripoff." And it's like, well, if Nintendo thought it was a ripoff, they would fucking sue.
Yeah. In the United States, it's not.
I don't.
Maybe in Japan they can get. I don't know Japan's
think
copyright
so.
rules, but the United States, it's perfectly fine to do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's a parody anyway. You could just say that. I mean,
Yeah, but like Nintendo is probably, if not the most litigious company.
Yeah.
oh
In
yeah,
video games.
yeah.
They shut down fan sites. They don't give a fuck.
No, they say "fuck you, fans."
Yeah, so they were saying how there's a lot of interesting talk about how Nintendo, like, this is geared for children, or, you know, that kind of violence with guns and Pokemon, or like killing other Pokemon's never gonna happen.
Yeah. It's the game Pal World isn't really designed for children, but
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like there'll never be an adult Pokemon game.
No.
Like, it's not gonna happen.
Or you make Pokemon fuck.
all right, end that.
Yeah, there it is. That's the vibe.
Or they just they lay eggs, don't they?
Pokemon do, yeah.
So do you like blow it on the egg to fertilize it, or do you just bang
Yeah,
it
it's
out
like
and
a
that creates
fish.
the egg? How's this work? Well, we know what happens with the Pokemon, and if any ever really like existed, then I'm pretty sure we all know what Dr. Syintist would do.
He fucks it.
There we go. And then that is all we got for the Plotty Time vibe check.
Yeah, find the button.
All right, guys, let's get into this game. How about it?
Yep.
For real, we wasted so much time again.
Yeah.
Well, more time than last game.
Yeah, fucking A,
Wow.
man.
All right.
Better not keep doing this.
Yo, cut some of this out and add it to a later episode.
We'll just have an episode of parts that we just cut
Why
out.
not?
Take a week off, maybe. I don't
People
know.
love
Anyway,
that shit.
this game we're talking about today is called Psychonauts. I've
Nice.
heard of this before.
I heard of a Psychonaut.
Never knew anything about this game.
Well, isn't that what
That
they call
was-
like people who did acid?
Well, then I guess I'm the only one who played it.
Yeah.
Is that what they call people who do acid? I don't know, because that'd be awesome.
I think he's thinking of like men who stare at goats.
Yeah. Well,
That
yeah.
type of thing.
Psychonauts.
Yeah, that's kind of where they got the idea.
Yeah.
The game was released April 19th, 2005. Number one song in the country. Any guesses? And I'll give you a hint. It's my favorite song.
Pharrell Happy?
It's the song I always bitch about that we all pretended that we liked back in 2005, and it was actually a trash song.
Down with the Sickness?
No idea, man. I don't know what happened in 2005.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's a song I like and he just doesn't.
I really don't think you do, but let's call Bentley while we're at it.
I hate Down with Sickness. Let's go.
Down with the Sickness is possibly the greatest anthem of our generation. That's very clear. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, Bentley.
Hey Bentley, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, not too much. I'm just here in the bunker, hanging out, working on code and such.
Still waiting for Sly?
Yeah, I mean, I I think he sent a letter, but I'm not sure if that was actually him. It might be a doppelganger.
No, not a doppelganger.
It's a psyop, Brantley. Don't fall
Oh,
for it.
shit.
It could be a psyop. I don't know. Do you guys know of any psyops?
No, we don't. We don't at all,
No,
Bentley.
never
How about
heard
you
of it.
just let's stick to the song. Can you sing us the song?
You betcha. This is a banger. I'll take you to the candy shop. Lick you like the lollipop. Go ahead, girl. Don't you stop.
How many times
Keep
has this
going
been the
till you hit
fucking
the
song?
spot.
A lot.
Whoa!
You guys know what it is?
Candy shop?
It
Fit-
is Candy Shop.
Fitty?
That's correct.
Fitty, yeah.
50 Cent, Candy Shop. And I always say how that song's awful, and we all pretended it was good,
I never thought it was good.
like as a society, because he came
Oh,
out
okay,
in the
as a
club
society.
before this.
Yes, as a society, we thought it was good.
Well, it was a psyop.
Everything's a psyop.
Psyop.
That'll be the back of the shirt. The
Not
front is you
everything's a
can't
psyop.
fight the psyop. No. You can't fight the psyop, and on the back, everything is a psyop.
I like it.
All right, number one movie in the country, April 19th, 2005. Any guesses?
Little
no,
Nemo
you
2.
won't get this. You're not going to get this. The tagline is, the most dangerous person in the courtroom isn't the killer.
Liar, liar.
No, that's a great guess. I don't remember this movie. I remember the name. I don't remember anything about it, so I'll just go ahead and read you
All right,
the synopsis.
Aaron Brockovich.
Interpreter Sylvia Broom is at the United Nations when she overhears what she believes is a plan to assassinate the president of Matobo, Edmund Zhuani. When she alerts the authorities, Secret Service agents Tobin Keller and Dot Woods are assigned to the case. It's not long before they decide that Sylvia herself is a suspect, having been formerly involved with both a guerrilla group in Motabo and the president's chief opponent.
No idea.
Yeah, fucking, I don't fucking know.
It's the interpreter.
You're still here?
You
Yeah, I never hung up. I was just quiet.
Okay. Yeah, it's the interpreter. Thank you, Bentley. I'm going to hang up now.
Would have
Take
never
care,
got that.
guys.
Peace.
You'd like that movie.
Man, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I hung up on Bentley. It was so weird that he was still here. But anyway, this day in history, April 19th, 1775. The shot heard around the world as the U.S. Civil War begins in Lexington, Massachusetts.
That's not what happened.
It's the shot heard around the world.
Yeah, but the Civil War started at Fort Sumter.
Did it?
This started the
Revolutionary War?
kickoff. What year did he say?
I don't know. I wouldn't pay attention.
1775, I think.
Yeah, that would have been the
Yeah.
Revolutionary War.
Wait, did I say Civil War?
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah, I sure did. It was the Revolutionary War. You're right.
I don't want those psyops getting
I was
in
like,
your head.
wait, they started in Lexington? Was this the new not slavery reason again?
This is round 2 on the U.S. Civil War.
okay.
It
All right.
started
Oh,
already.
right.
I would have swore that started at Texas or Florida.
No way. They're invading their neighboring states. If anything, it started in like Oklahoma, Louisiana. Anyway, this game was released for PC, Xbox, and PS2. It is a single-player platformer developed by Double Fine Productions and published by Majesco Entertainment. Dr. Scientist, you picked it this week, so how about you tell us what the game's all about?
Well, the game's about a little boy named Rasputin Aquato. And he's a member of a circus troupe traveling family. And his circus troupe hates psychics. And he has psychic powers. So he kind of runs away and goes to this camp at Whispering Rock, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And where they train psychonauts. And he's trying to get in that way. He
Awesome.
He kind of like breaks into the camp on the opening bonfire or whatever they do at camps. And
So it's kind of like a summer camp version of like Xavier's school.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
But he gets there and the teachers are like, well, we got to call his parents to come pick him up. We'll just let him dick around and do Psychonaut stuff, I guess, until they come and get him. Mm-hmm. And it starts off with Raz goes to his first class, which is with a guy named Colch Oleander, who is a former war vet, whatever. And the main cycle in this game is you go to somebody and then you go inside their head and you walk around and do stuff inside their head.
I love how you just throw a little door on their head.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, let me get in there. Oh.
Yeah, it's like the first thing they do, and then that's how they test you. And basically, you go inside the coach's head, and it's each level is inside someone's head, and they're kind of specific to the person and their personalities. And it's kind of interesting. Like there's things to collect. He explains like figments, which are just kind of a collectible there. They're figments of your imagination. They're there, and you can find like emotional baggage, and that's just another collectible. But there's also like little vaults hidden away, and if you catch up to them, you can find out like more about the person's past and like why they are the way they are.
So all the secrets just like open more story.
Yeah, you learn more about each character's brain you're in with the more secrets.
I like that.
And they're also the enemies are kind of like, they don't have any in the first level, but they're all kind of like things like the main enemy that you fight a lot of is called a censor. It tries to fight things that aren't supposed to be in your head. And then there's other ones called like regrets and egos and stuff. And they're just various types of enemies and they act kind of like that. So you go through the coach's head and it's basically a training thing. And you go through all this, teaches you the double jump or whatever. Your normal platforming bullshit. You get to the end and you walk down this tunnel and the coach yells like, hey, get over here. And he's like, all right, you passed the basic braining class. And you get your basic braining merit badge. And everybody's kind of shocked because you just showed up and you're not really...
You're not even supposed to be there.
Yeah, you're not even
today.
supposed to be there. Just some random circus kid. I do like how they made you a circus kid because it explains why you can do all the platforming stuff. Like climbing
I'll buy that.
Well, I guess if he was an acrobat or whatever.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he could have just been a shit shoveler.
The circuses famously employ a lot of shit.
Yeah, they have elephants. They used to back in the day.
And basically you just run around and do camp stuff and whatever. And you eventually meet this guy named Ford Cruller, who he's kind of like an important psychonaut in the history of Psychonauts. He started them, but something happened and his brain like fractured. And so he stays here because of a deposit called Psytanium, which is like the currency in the game. And it keeps him kind of more grounded in acting. And he kind of like trains you and helps you out through the game.
Psytanium, if I'm not mistaken, came from a meteor that crashed on this land.
Yes.
Okay.
And he basically works for the Psychonauts now, and they monitor the world for psychic terrorism and kind of stuff like that. And he's like, and then he jumps inside your head, and he's kind of like a psychic stowaway in your head. And you can, throughout the game, you can like summon him with bacon and stuff, and he comes out and helps you and tells you stuff. Doesn't really matter that much. Mm-hmm. So then you get invited by one of the teachers, one of the counselors at camp. His name is Sasha 9. He's kind of like this uptight, sciencey guy. And he's like, I'll give you some advanced training. And so he lets you go. First, he explains the collective unconscious, which is just a spot in the game where you can go and revisit worlds you did before.
Oh, okay.
It's like where a brain you visited is part of your unconsciousness now, and you can go there and travel.
Makes sense.
And then he's like, well, let's go inside your mind and see what's happening. And he goes inside your mind, and there's like a little circus thing there and stuff. And then a scary monster attacks, and he pulls you out. And he's like, I don't know what's going on inside your head, but it's not good. We'll have to figure it out and come back later. So blah, blah, blah. And then Sasha takes you inside his own brain, and he teaches you how to fight the enemies that you're going to fight, the sensors and stuff and like that.
It's pretty much a second basic braining.
Yeah. And then you get like your Psy Blast attack and punches and stuff. You get like, you get other things like pyrokinesis, and you fight enemies. It's an interesting little thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he's going through a little thing, and I forget exactly what happens, but Rasputin breaks the machine and Sasha's mind starts getting invaded by things. He's like, no, you can't be here to do this. Get out. So you and Sasha have to start fighting these sensors. And then eventually you help Sasha out. You get out of his head, and he's like, all right, I'll give you the Psy Blast merit badge. And then you can use Psy Blast everywhere.
I think it's a very interesting mechanic. How you can like go into people's heads. You can do whatever level you fucking want to make. It doesn't exist for real. It's just in someone's head. And then at the end, it's like, oh, you did it. Here you go. Now you learned a new task. It's a good progression is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's good level design. Give them that.
Yeah. So you do some more camp bullshit. And then you're supposed to go to a class with the other counselor, whose name is Mia Vodello. And she's going to teach you about levitating, which is a great way to get around in the game. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. And then Raz tells a story about how his family was cursed by somebody, which is why they hate psychics. They were cursed by a psychic that they were all going to die in water somehow.
Oh, so now you have fear of water.
Yeah, it's also it's not a good reason, but it's a reason that you die when you land in water.
Yeah.
So you, on your way to this class, you come across a guy you've seen a couple times before. His name's Dogen. And he's kind of like a little weird, and he's even more weird now. And he starts talking about TV and stuff. And he's like, all right, whatever.
When you first meet him, he says, yeah, I blew up a head once.
Yeah. Yeah. The joke throughout the game and like side quests with him and stuff is that he kills animals by accident.
Yeah. He's kind of like the guy from Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Lenny with the rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you go to Mia's class and you go inside Mia's mind so she can teach you levitating. And her mind is just like this dance club kind of thing. And she's doing she's like, oh, you got it. And part of levitating is you can make a ball you can run on and it makes you speed up and stuff. And they do tests of that. Mm-hmm. There's another part. You go back into your own mind for some bullshit, whatever. Climb town. You eventually find out that Dogen's brain's been removed somehow.
What? Don't you see it like in a vision?
Yeah. It's when you're in your own mind, it kind of happens.
Yeah.
And when you see
So-
it, well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so like in this world, the brain gets removed and the person can still like walk and talk and do things, but they're like mindless zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep saying TV.
But the brain is physically gone from their body.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kid logic. It's a fun bit.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You repeatedly go into your own mind to see some stuff. That's how the teachers are like checking your training. And that's when you figure out Dogen's brain's been taking. And Sasha's like, there's something interfering with us when we do this. I don't know what the energy is, but there's something weird going on that you're seeing these things.
Right.
And eventually in your own mind, you're trying to track down Dogen's brain. You end up fighting a Dogen brain tank.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kind of look at the blueprint for the tank and you move it. And you end up in a white room, which is where you were at the end of the first level of the game, Coach Oleander's mind. And Sasha, then you get pulled out. And Sasha's like, oh, we had to pull you out. We can't keep doing this. We got an official Psychonaut business on. Me and Mia are going to leave. And we'll see you later. Sorry, Raz. And then him and Mia leave.
Makes sense.
Yeah, some Psychonaut thing. Some psycho-terrorism going on. They got to stop. So you do some other stuff. And you keep walking through the camp. And more kids' brains are missing. Like more of the people you come across, they're acting like Dogen was, like TV. And eventually meet up with Lily, who is a little girl in the game, who kind of is sweet on Raz and is kind of like your partner doing through most of the game. They're kind of like camp boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
And then they both realize that the coach is taking people's brains and they don't know why. And then while they're standing there, a lake monster comes out and just grabs Lily and takes her away.
Oh, no.
So you get in this bathysphere they have and follow the monster down.
Because he can't swim, because he'll die.
Yeah. And you eventually end up going inside the monster's brain and realize that it was just a normal lungfish changed by stuff here, by the coach basically.
Brainwashed.
Brainwashed into it and turned him into a monster fish. And inside this fish's mind is a great thing because you're like a giant Rasputin Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. All the fish are like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And so you're going through and you're finding out that this was just a normal fish. He doesn't want to kidnap people, but he's being forced to. And I like how they call him Goggle Lore too. And they're like, oh, Goggle Lore's attacking the town and blah, blah, blah. And you're just smashed to buildings. And eventually the hero, Coach Amara, which is Coach Oleander, just basically whatever, attacks. And you eventually fight him and beat him. And then you free the lungfish from the control of Coach Oleander.
Oh, good stuff.
Okay.
And by freeing the lungfish is so happy. I mean, he's still a monster, but he's like, hey, anytime you want to cross this lake, I'll take you over the lake. There's an asylum over there, which is where Coach Oleander always goes. And he's like, all right, let's go.
What is the name? Is it Lilith or something like that? Diane? I forget what
It's
the
Diane.
monster's name was.
He's like,
Diane,
the name my people have given me is Diane.
I thought that was a fun bit.
So then you get transported to this insane asylum, which is just it's run down. It's abandoned basically.
Right.
And there's still some people walking around. And there's like, you need to get in, but the keys that you need a key and you can't get in. And there's a milkman there and he's like trying to like, blah, blah, blah. His name's Boyd, the milkman.
Right. I have a note here that says rainbow squirts.
He says a lot of crazy things.
I don't remember what it was.
But then to get the key to go in, you go inside the guard's mind. And this is widely regarded as a great level, and it is fun if you ever play it, called the Milkman Conspiracy.
Nice.
It's
The Milkman Conspiracy.
It's just like MC Escher-esque with like neighborhoods, streets going around. And like he teaches you eventually learn clairvoyance because the milkman keeps saying like, you got to see through my eyes. You got to see through my eyes. And in the game, the clairvoyance skill lets you see through other people's eyes. And when you go inside his head and see through his eyes, he's looking at you and everybody is a milkman.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And he's like, and then you're going through his head trying to figure out why he's all these conspiracy things. And then there's like someone in his mind is going to find it out and then gets shot from a book depository. And it's like all these weird like conspiracies coming together.
Nice. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, here's where the rainbow squirts come in. That's right. Because he gets to the milkman chamber where the milkman is like resting. And it's like all these Girl Scouts called the Rainbow Squirts show up.
Oh.
And you have to fight the leader. That's the boss of his brain. And eventually you awaken the milkman and he fights off all the invaders. And when you go out, he's kind of like normal-ish. He's like, oh yeah, the milkman's done. The milkman's, And he eventually just opens the gate for you. But you should all play that game just for that level because it's a great level.
Well, I mean, it's funny you say it because I had a dinner the other day. I ate a bunch of crayons and I had the rainbow squirts.
That was terrible. You better cut that out.
That's what I was thinking when I wrote rainbow squirts.
Come on. Or no, maybe if you just eat too many Fruity Pebbles.
Skittles.
Sure.
Skittles.
Anyway, so he opens the gate for you, and then you go inside the asylum, and you eventually find out that there's this guy named Dr. Lobato who's helping Coach Oleander take the brains out. So he's helping Oleander take the brains out, and Oleander's plan is to put the brains in tanks so he can fight off everything else.
Obviously.
So then you get to this eventual the elevator, and then there's like a nearsighted guy there who's like, I only let Dr. Lobato up. And he's like, you don't look anything like him. So basically, the next 3 mines you go in, you're just trying to get things to make yourself look like a Lobato enough to let this guy go up. And you enter this guy who thinks he's Napoleon. He's actually a descendant of Napoleon.
Oh, obviously.
And,
I just had him as like the French guy.
Yeah, Frenchman.
And eventually you help him, like he goes in his head and it's all like a war games with the Napoleon ancestors. And he gives you a straitjacket. And then there's a lady in the greenhouse who was a famous actress.
Yeah, so you
just kind of like lost her star.
Right. So you're just helping all these people who are still wandering around this asylum.
And then there's a painter named Edgar who was picked on in high school and he's still dwelling on about it, and you help him get over that. And eventually you make up enough that you fool the orderly, and he's like, all right, Dr. Lobato, I'll let you up there. So you climb up this thing, and you eventually run into Dr. Lobato and his assistant Shigor, and basically Lobato's making Shigor go and get these brains for him. And the doctor threatens to kill his turtle, which is how you know the doctor's evil.
Oh, Pokey-O.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to have some soup. Oh.
Dude, turtle soup is so good, though.
Mr. Pokelope.
Is that like a thing you can buy? Turtle soup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just always thought that's what fucking Shredder said to the turtle. I will turn you into turtle soup.
I've only ever had it once, and it was fucking delicious. Anyway.
Bet I can get some here.
I don't think I could eat it. But anyway, you eventually save Mr. Pokelope, and he's like, I got this plan that we can get back at Dr. Lobato and save all these people. I also neglected to say that Dr. Lobato has Mia and Sasha and Lily tied up in there. And he's removed Mia and Sasha's brains, and Lily's is there. She's still working on it. But anyway, you eventually go through with his plans, and you get Sasha and Mia's brains, and you put them back in. And then you free Lily. And it's kind of like the psychic battle between Mia and Sasha and Coach Oleander. And it's kind of funny because they're just pointing at each other like, what is that? The psychic battles they have. He's like, I'm going to psychic battle you. I can't remember. It's from a show, but that's kind of what it is like that. And then through a comical series of events here, you accidentally blow up the asylum.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like the milkman.
Comical series of events.
Well, the milkman accidentally turns the gas on. And then like the old lady's like doing something and she doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Actually, the old lady turns the gas on. The milkman finds the broken gas line.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah,
I knew it was something like that.
It was weird.
But it wasn't like on.
No, they turned it on somehow by accident. Yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to grow plants, turn the water on.
Yeah, she wanted to turn the water on and turn the gas on. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the place blows up.
Yeah.
So like, oh, and they're like, well, where did Oleander go? Where's his brain? And boom, it's inside of a death tank.
No.
And there's eventually, you fight the death tank, whatever. And then after you beat the death tank, Raz gets tricked with sneezing powder, which is how they get people's brains out in the game. They give you sneezing powder and you sneeze so hard your brain flies out.
Dude, I sneeze so violently.
You know what it's like?
I know exactly. Like, I am shocked my brain hasn't started leaking out my ears. Like, I sneeze so violently. I'm sure both of you guys have heard it before.
Oh, yeah.
But I sneeze so hard that people who just meet me look at me and go, are you fucking kidding me with that?
Yeah, it does sound like you're faking it. It does.
It really does. I know it does, but I swear I'm not.
But anyway, you play as Raz's mind for a little bit here, and you get yourself into the tank with Oleander, and then it kind of like mixes up Oleander and Raz's mind here, and you play through this level, and it's called Meat Circus.
You keep saying tank. I think we should.
Yeah, we should. I was thinking about clearing that up too. Like, we mean a war
Military
tank.
Yeah, military
yeah.
tank. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like there is a tank on top of the tank that holds the brains.
Yes.
But they also are shooting things. Yes. But this is also a great level called Meat Circus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's the circus part of Raz, and you find out Oleander's dad was a butcher.
Right.
And
Okay.
through this level, you find out that you kind of like follow Coach Oleander as a kid, and he always used to have bunnies, and then his dad would kill the bunnies for food, and it kind of fucked him up.
That's fucked up, especially since he was a butcher. He could have got food from work.
Yeah. And then you fight through that, and then eventually like a zombie version of your dad shows up, because that's your kind of inner problems with your that. So you have to fight that. And then all of a sudden, Raz's real dad pops up, and he's like, Rasputin, what are you doing? He's like, I'm here to help you. And you find out that's where Rasputin's dad tells him that he also has psychic powers, and they've been trying to keep it secret because
they hate him. They hate psychics.
Yeah. He's like, why'd you? He's like, no, you don't hate psychics. He's like, let's just get your mind untangled here, and we'll get you out of here. So the dad powers you up, and you end up fighting like the zombie version of their dads, and then the combination of the zombie versions of their dads. And then you eventually beat all those bad guys. And Coach Oleander's little kid brain is there with the bunny. And he's like, oh, he's all happy now. And when you get out, Coach Oleander's better.
Oh, he's finally cured. He's not taking brains anymore.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I was in a bad place. You helped me get through that. Thanks, Raz. And then Ford Cruller's there. And he's like, for saving the camp and all these kids' brains, I'll make you a Psychonaut. And like, yeah.
Awesome.
And then now that Raz has to leave with his dad, Lily and Raz say goodbye. And Rasputin gets his kiss that he always talks about during the game.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, Sasha and Mia show up like, there's emergency. Truman Zanato is kidnapped. Truman Zanato is the leader of the Psychonauts now. And like, Raz, Lily, come with us. Let's go. And then it kind of like goes off, and there's going to be a sequel.
Happens to be Lily's dad as well.
Yes.
Lily's dad is the
head of the Psychonauts.
No wonder she's in there. You know what I mean?
Nepotism, am I right?
Fucking for real.
But that's the end of this game. There is a game where you go and save Truman Zanato. I believe it's a VR game. And then that game leads into Psychonauts 2. But
you're not going to talk about how the turtle and the fish reconnect at the end?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
It's beautiful.
Mr. Pokelope and Diane.
It's beautiful, man.
It's a great moment. You know what else was a great moment? That was a great moment.
That was beautiful.
We did it. We got through the game. We completed it. So now it's time for final thoughts.
Ooh.
And I guess we'll start with you there, Sir Chump Slap. It's your turn. It's your day.
For sure.
So obviously I'm going to ask you questions.
I'm ready for them.
Such as, did watching this video make you want to play Psychonauts?
Oh, that's what I was going to say for my first line.
Did the story work for you, or would you rather be eating garlic knots?
Ooh, I would be.
I mean, I would be too.
Yeah, they're fucking great. And what score out of 27 stars you think you'd give this ball of tots, as in tater tots, as in lost the thread?
A ball of them, huh?
Ooh.
Never made a ball.
You topped him up, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Did watching this video make me want to play the game? Not really. I mean, I like platformers and all, but nah, it's too dated at this point. It's fucking 20 years old, almost. Yeah, I'll talk about the story in a second.
It sounds like you're talking yourself into like I might play it.
Yeah, no, I know I won't. I don't. Why do I kid myself?
It isn't will you, because no, we won't ever play any of these. But
yeah, but the story, did it work for me? I mean, basic level, yeah. You're the underdog out of nowhere who becomes the hero, saves the day. It works. The characters were fun. They're all wild, interesting, different. I liked them. It's good stuff. So yeah, I'd say it works.
Okay.
I don't think it was too hard to follow or anything. Whatever. So yeah, story worked. Wouldn't want to play it though. So for the score, I'm gonna give it a 7. It's average. I mean, the story's not anything to write home about, but I mean, it still works. It's still good. It's solid 7.
Okay. That's a 7, all right.
All right. So on to Scotchy, I got some questions for you, bro.
All right, let's have them.
Did watching this video make you want to put a door in someone's head?
Okay.
Did the story have legs, or did it arrive almost dead?
Nice.
And out of 27 stars, how many would you give this? Go ahead.
Well, thanks for asking. Did watching this make me want to play the game? I mean, it certainly made me want to play the game more than not watching this, which I guess. Yeah, sure. I guess it did.
It exceeded your expectations for gameplay.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
I know I've heard the name Psychonauts before.
Yeah, I never knew what it was about though.
Yeah, I definitely have seen like the cover to it, and I vaguely remember people speaking fondly of it. I just missed it back in the day.
Right.
So I was glad to watch the story and kind of see what it's all about. If they came out with a new one, I would probably buy it or take a serious look at it because it looks fun.
Yeah.
Did watching this video make me want to play it? I mean, kind of, just because it seems like they whipped together a very interesting world of like going into people's brains and the mechanics and learning the things, which I understand and that makes sense. And I'm kind of interested on what would they do for a sequel. Would it just be this game again where you're jumping into people's brains and finding out things, or would it be like a whole new gameplay mechanic or a whole new style?
Who knows?
So yeah, that might be interesting to look at one day. So yeah, I guess the story worked for me. I like the characters. The kids were fun, but not annoying. The adults were very stereotypically, like this is a thing in kids stuff where the adults are well-meaning and smart, but they never let the kids get involved ever because it's not safe.
Right,
And at the end of this game, just like everything else, they make him one of the Psychonauts. So yeah, score out of 27 stars. It's tough because I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, the story, but it's really not that much different than things we've seen before.
Yeah, it's pretty boilerplate.
But because the characters were so charming and Raz is very similar to the word Riz, and he had a ton of Riz, I'm going to give it a 9.
It's the first time anyone said Riz on this podcast, I think.
Riz gave it an extra point.
Yeah.
Raz's Riz gave it an extra point. So
All right.
how about you there, Dr. Syintist? Chump Slap has some questions for you.
Oh, I like how you did that.
Outsourcing.
Fuck. Did watching this video make you want to become a psychonaut? Did the story work for you very well, or did it not? And out of 27 stars, how many would you give the plot?
Oh,
Nice.
that could be the best one that has ever been done.
Very smooth.
Thank you.
Would I play it? Probably. I played it before. I don't think I platinumed it because you'd probably have to get all the collectibles
secrets and everything. Yeah.
But it was fun. The story worked for me. I mean, the story's kind of just normal. You save the camp when you get there. I do like the characters, and when you play it, you learn a lot more about the characters because you're inside their heads and you can see all the stuff.
Yeah.
And if you find all the vaults, why the people are the way they are, and it's kind of nice. Kind of is a little flippant with mental health issues because you just save people by doing things, but
But
it's just a game.
you are in their head. You know what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, it was all right. I think it's a slightly above average story. I'm going to give it an extra point because of the Milkman conspiracy, because that level is phenomenal. So I'm going to give it 10 stars.
Nice. Now
Okay.
that you said that, I'm like, why aren't they just psychiatrists, and just helping people all the time?
Because then you can't do things like pyrokinesis and telekinesis.
Well, they could learn that too, but I mean, they could just help so many people.
but they're fighting
good
psychic
point.
terrorism.
I get it, but
that saves
still.
just as many people.
I mean, it's just regular terrorism, right? They're just going into the psychos' heads and being like, let's go ahead and make you not a psycho anymore.
I don't know.
Right?
We never see him really fight a terrorist.
Well, no, but he goes into like, what's his name? Oleander's head, turns that situation around.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And
That's why.
Oleander was a psychonaut who kind of just lost it.
Yeah, he was going to become a psychoterrorist.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. That's it. That's all I had to say about that.
How many points was that?
All right, well, that then gives us a total score of 26.
All right.
Yeah,
That's about our average.
yeah, it's a good one. It's an average score.
We shockingly don't have many scores between 25 and 30. But Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked, we gave a 28.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay.
The worst Ratchet and Clank game.
Resistance 3, we gave a 23.
I don't remember that at all.
No.
I remember Resistance 3. I don't remember the game.
Wait, that's the one where it was
Dreadout.
cold in New York, right?
Yeah. You were like
Yeah.
starting in the Midwest and you had to go to New York to restart the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or Dreadout had a 24. I don't remember that game at all.
Dreadout.
It was great.
What was it?
It was 24.
Was that one where you were kids in a? Oh no! It's the one where you're in the.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I'm taking a look right now.
Were you in like a car at the beginning and you ended up in like a town in the middle of nowhere?
It was weird. It was some type of
And there was a
horror.
ghost chasing after you.
Linda makes it outside on what appears to be a tropical island. We get the title card. Oh, is this the one with all the kids in the high school?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
It's where their car breaks down. They're like, where are we? And it's like, I don't know, let's go check out this building. And they all go, and then the kids get missing. And
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the bus breaks down on a fucking bridge that's torn down
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
man, that was crazy. None of us remembered that one.
I know,
Well,
right?
Dr. Scientist almost had it. He was right
Almost.
there.
Yeah, I was close. I think I was mixing it up with another one, but all right.
All right, whatever.
Well, if you want to feel even worse about it, we did that less than a year ago, and none of us had any recollection of it.
I'm sure if you quiz me, I don't remember any of these.
There's a lot where I look at this list, especially in the first 2 years, where I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
But anyway, let's wrap this episode up. We did our final thoughts. We gave it a 26. Dr. Scientist has a topic he wants to discuss to wrap this up. What do you got for us?
Well, I was reading an article about
Okay.
the late great Carl Weathers now,
Rest in power.
yes, rest in
and it was about how his character in Arrested Development was his idea. Because he's like, do you remember his character in Arrested Development? He's always the
That's the
super
fir-
cheap guy.
That's the first thing I said to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, "Who's Carl Weathers?" Like, he was in Arrested Development. He took the suit, the bones, and he's like, "You take
put
those
this-
bones, you put them in a pot with some vegetables. You got yourself
Yeah,
a
you throw
stew."
potato in, you got yourself a stew.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, because I read the article and it was like he didn't want to make just Rocky jokes the whole time, and he's like, "Can I do something else?" And then Ron Howard was like, "Yeah, man, you can do whatever you want." And he's like, "I just want to be super cheap." That'd be funny, right?
He was fucking awesome in that too.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
he was fantastic. I remember him probably mostly from
Predator.
Predator, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
Where
why I
he-
stumbled on one of the
He
greatest
acted
movies of all
against
time.
2 former governors.
That's a wild statistic. That is
That's so
ridiculous.
weird.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely...
But all I wanted to say was rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Yeah, great guy.
Absolutely.
If you ever want to learn how to be cheap, just watch Arrested Development and his character.
What did you guys think of the first season back? The one that was kind of told out of order from
I
each
like that one.
person's?
Oh,
I liked it too.
Is that the one where everyone had their own story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
followed them around.
I thought it was cool.
Because a lot of stuff happens, then you find out later why it happened.
Yeah. I like how they just, they made it different and it was fun.
I remember they re-released it. Not re-released it, but they had another release where they put the episodes in more of an Arrested Development style of, like, they recut it.
Yeah. Didn't they do like one long movie or whatever with it?
Something like that. I didn't like it as much. I don't know if I even watched that, actually. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say that.
Something like that.
Yeah. It was pointless.
It
to
was
watch.
released else, but like in order or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Was that the season with the maritime law where they have it at like a Red Lobster? the court
Oh,
case at a
fuck
Red
it. I don't
Lobster. Was that
remember.
one? Or it might have been the season after, but
I think it was the season after.
The Cinco de Cuatro.
Cinco de Cuatro.
I it always makes me laugh too, that show, when I think about it, because there's that one episode where everyone's like, I can't be here, I gotta go to work, and all the kids are like, but it's spring break. Like, they're treating it like a real adult holiday.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean you're working this week? It's spring break.
Good
I just
show.
thought that was very
That was a
funny.
great
And every
show.
time I reference it, no one gets it.
I should
at
watch
all.
that all again.
It's a good one.
It's been fucking forever since I seen it.
Yeah. I probably haven't seen it since the last season came out.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Did you see Will Arnett at the NHL All-Star game?
No.
No.
He was one of the
Coaches.
celebrity coach captains guys.
Oh, cool.
And he's a huge fan of hockey, and he's like talking to people. And well, did you see the Bublé on mushrooms? Did you see that part?
No.
Okay, you guys are gonna want to see that YouTube video. Do you know who Michael Bublé is, the singer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also one of the celebrity coaches, a different one. And he did a press conference, and he's like, "Yo, my friend said he was gonna give me a microdose of mushrooms, but this is way too much, and I'm tripping on mushrooms right now."
Was he really tripping though?
Yes, he says he was. I
All
mean,
right. We'll watch
you can
that
see
if
it on
you-
YouTube.
If you watch the video we talked about,
What
I
was it?
remember it was.
Well, that's
When
not
you
gonna
edit
help.
this,
When you edit this, you'll know.
Okay, yeah, I'll fire it up when I edit it. Sure. But you got to watch Michael Bublé on shrooms. And then they interviewed Will Arnett during the thing, and he's like, "I'm having a great time, not like as great as Bublé. Can I talk about that? Is that out there?" He like didn't realize he was live on the broadcast, and the person's like, "Oh yeah, it's definitely out there." It's like, "Oh, okay." But he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm such a big fan of hockey. It's amazing to be here in Toronto. I just met Wendell Clark in an elevator." I'm like, what a nerd.
Yeah. Sounds like one. It was the
Right.
ninja parade.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I'll check that out. Good thinking. Way to pull that back.
Thanks. Yeah. I was heard
racking my
hockey,
brain.
And then my brain just went to something else.
Ninjas, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ninja Parade slips by town unnoticed once again.
Yep. All right.
16
Close
years
this
ago.
fucker out.
Yeah.
All right, we'll close it out. Let's say some people really, really love how at the end of every episode, we're just talking about a random topic and not doing bits. Where could they send all that love in an email to Sir Chump Slap?
Well, you could send that to the person who will read it, me, at plottytime@gmail.com.
That's right. 100% guaranteed response rate. Has never let anyone down with his email response.
No, and if you
Well-
give me a topic for my week, I'll fucking use it because I don't want to think of something myself.
There you go. And if people want to get to us faster on the socials with more fan art and swearing, where would they do that, Dr. Scientist?
Tell us all your psyops and send it to @plottytime on Instagram or Twitter, or start a psyop thread on our Reddit page. Well, let's get them all in there. I want to know them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear
Got
all your
prepared.
conspiracies on psyops.
I got my go
Thiops.
bag ready to go.
Nice.
Thiops. That's a little too sexy.
Thiops.
Yeah. That's what I tried to say psyops and I said thiops.
Ooh.
All right. We'll keep going. You can go to YouTube,
This
like
just
and subscribe
became
there.
18 plus.
Yeah.
It really helps us out. You can go to our eBay store,
And buy
which
a
is just
psyop shirt.
plottytime.com.
And the
Buy a
weed skin.
psyop shirt. I am great at putting up shirts that we talk about on this podcast. That about does it for us. So, as always, shout out to Blaine, JJ, Drago the Slago, Gamers Little Playground, I am Panex, and Luis Guzman. More importantly than all that, do not trust Dr. Scientists, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.